Hey, how's everybody? It is day 5 of Art Advent, and I'm super excited. We're crafting our stash this whole month. We are using all of the supplies that we already have, which is my favorite because I have so many, and I wonder if you do as well. We're also working on Carved December and our own special prompt list. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Thanks for joining tonight. I'm super excited to get started. Tonight's a fun one. We have, for Craft Your Stash, we have art crayons. And so, like I was saying last night, that could be any kind of art crayons at all, even like Crayola, or I'll show you what I have on my table, but there's even more than what I have here. So whatever art crayons you have, get them out and use them. I'm very excited to see what you're going to do. Also for Carved December, we are going to look at texture. So the carving prompt for today is texture. So that can be really any kind of thing. So I'm excited to get started. I think we should just turn the camera around and get right to it. What was I going to say? Today's day 5. The next thought just left my brain. Tomorrow is at 11 a.m. for any Eastern time. For those of you that want to know, the calendar is current. And yeah, let's get to it. Let's see. I'll put my screen up here. So I do have some fun art crayons here, some different brands and some different styles. I also have my watercolor journal that I have worked in for a while. I found an empty page, and I think I want to work on watercolor paper today. So that's why I got this journal out instead of doing a tag. And so let me know if you're here live. We can hang out and chat with each other and say hi. I would love to say hi to you if you're here live. If you're here on the replay, then just type #replay. So I'm going to show you some of the supplies that I have on my table here, and maybe you could share in the comments if you are using something other than one of the things that I have here. There's also distress crayons, which I have, but I don't presently know where they are. So that's another one you could use. Anyway, lots of choices. This is the Neocolor 2. Excuse me. We used these a few days ago. This is a really great product and a good set to have. And then I have scribble sticks. This is all, well, I think there's now 4 sets, right? But I have 3 of them, and I just mix them up into cool and warm. So those are my scribble sticks. And then I have 2 different brands of these sort of art pencils, or excuse me, art crayons. What are these called? The King Art is one of the brands that I have. And they are called Artist Mixed Media Gel Sticks, but it's an art crayon in my opinion. And then the other one I have is, of course, Jane Davenport, because I love her so much. And she calls them marzipan twists because she always makes really great names for all of her products, but they're basically the same thing. The King Art ones that I got out are metallic, so that's pretty cool. And excuse me, the Jane ones are just paint, just color, flat color. So okay, and then my stamp. Here is my stamp. It's very funky. I made a 3x3 square on purpose, and then I just put a pattern in it, and I just did like very random squiggly lines. This is what it looks like when it's stamped. I really like it. I think it's pretty fun. And the reason I did this, I had an idea. Hi, Carol. How are you? Thanks for joining. I think excuse me, what I want to do eventually is have like 4 or a few different 3x3 squares with different patterns in them. So maybe I could do like a tile type thing or something. But anyway, this is my stamp for texture. So we will use that somehow on this project. Okay, so my goal for tonight is just to use a few of these different kinds of art crayons. Maybe tell me if you're using some art crayons, which ones you have and what you're doing with it, or share in the group. That would be wonderful. And let's just play and experiment a little bit. I'll try to make a page that is complete in the end, but I think for tonight, it's kind of, for me at least, more about just sort of experimenting, seeing what they can do, trying new things. We need to leave space for just that, right? We need to leave space. I have so many things on my table. I should have cleaned it, but I like to have everything at my fingertips here. Okay. So I'm gonna put these up here, maybe sideways so I can get into them easier. I do have a couple of stencils out. Some of mine, I have an alphabet, and I love these squares. I don't think we've used them yet, so they're still hanging out. And then I'm just gonna open some of these tins so they're kind of like ready to go. Okay, and put this in the middle so we can all see what I'm doing. All right. Did anyone else carve a stamp today? Did you do the texture or any of the other days? Let me know. Let me know what you did and what day it was for. It's Friday. Oh, yay. I just remembered. It's Friday. What a great day. What a great day. All right. Let's see. I think I'm going to start with my stamp. And I kind of want to, what colors did I pick? I just sort of picked some random colors, but let's see what we got. This is a marzipan twist from Jane Davenport, and it's called Tutti Frutti. And I kind of want to try, I want to see if we can color on this and maybe get it wet and stamp with it. I don't know. I think we should be able to, but I don't know. Let's find out. What if I did a couple of colors, like this darker green and then this lighter green? What's this one? This is King Art light green, but I think, oh, I thought I grabbed all metallic ones, but I guess this one's not metallic. But look at the color is really nice and pigmented. These are both really pretty. These crayons are so good to play with. They're so fun. They both of the brands even. They're so creamy and they blend and mix really, really well. So I highly recommend giving them a try. Carol said, I carved a stamp for food today. Awesome. You carved a fork and a spoon. Oh, I can't wait to see it. Oh, that sounds amazing. All right. So I just spritzed a little bit of water on my background here, on my what is this? Texture stamp. That's right. I love these two colors together. They look really great. So we're just gonna put it probably right here, since I already got some green on there. And let's see how it stamps. Good. Oh. All right. Here we go. Ooh, a little bit of bleeding, but pretty fun actually. I think when it dries, you can still see all my squiggle lines, but I think when it dries, I might outline those squiggle lines so they stand out a little bit more. But that's really cool. I like this effect. And there's even still some on here. I wonder if we get it wet again. Is it just stained, or is it going to, you know, give us more impression? I'm just going to line it up with the last one and see if we can do like a little panel here. We'll see what we get. I'm just going to let it sit for a second so it can kind of soak into that paper. Fork and a spoon. I'm so excited. That's a great idea, Carol. Love it. I love how everyone interprets the prompts a little differently too. That's great. Ooh, very cool. So I can see the squiggle lines a little bit better this time. You see that? And it's a little bit lighter overall, but still looks really great. So that's fun. So this is one way we use our art crayons. 1 second. Sorry, I'm getting a baby wipe here. Okay. It stains a little bit, but it's really no big deal. Okay, I'm going to put my stamp aside for now. Let's just play in here. What if we try it through stencil? Let's pick some Caran d'Ache Neo colors, and let's just stick with the I'm going to stick with the cool colors for now. And let's just, so I'm going to outline, whoops, okay, outline the stencil and then color in the middle. And I'm going to pick different pieces here and there. I'm pressing a little bit hard because I want a lot of pigment so that I can get it wet later. I don't know, let's see. Ooh, that's still wet. I wonder though what happens if I go over that. Nice. Okay, let's go right here. These are really nice, even just as crayons. They're so nice. Okay, so that's good. I'm going to leave that, but I'm going to leave it there. And then I'm going to come in with, let's see, let's do a light bluish color. And we'll do a few more pieces. I'm not going to do all of them, but just a few, just for a fun pattern here. And maybe I'll do a third color even. Let's see. Okay, am I good with that? I think so. Let's do one more color. We'll do the darker blue with it. Or actually, yeah, actually green would be better. Let's do this like limey green, kind of going with that other one. And I'll fill in this side. Ooh, that's a pretty color. Wow, I like that. That is a good color. Okay, fill in this guy. Okay, and then I think that's it for this one. Let's take it off. So now we just have some fun patterns here and there. Carol said, if I post my stamp, should I post it under Cassandra Louis Design? Yeah, if you go into Cassie's Collective on Facebook, you can post it in there. That'd be great. That's where we've been posting our daily stuff together, and it's a nice place to gather so everybody can see all the things. Okay, good question though. Thank you for asking. I've got my water bottle here. I'm just going to put a pool of water on the mat down here. And I've got one of my Willow Wolf brushes. So I'm just going to start coloring in some of this. I don't mind if I can still see some of the brush strokes, and actually look, I just went outside the line, and I also don't mind that. I just want it to look a little bit painterly, a little bit like watercolored. And I'm holding my paintbrush near the back so that it's a little bit more loose. Okay. And I just don't want it to look just like colored. I want it to look a little bit more watercolory. So that's all I'm doing. And I don't mind if it goes outside the line a little bit. It's kind of fun. It makes a little bit more, I don't know, handmade-ish. I'm not sure. Okay, so then switching colors, I'm going to go to the blue next. Doing the same thing. You could leave it scribbled. I think that also looks really cool. I'm just trying different stuff here so I can show you all the ways that you can use it. Okay, that's cool. Very nice. We're going to do one more stencil after this, I think, because, oh, let me get some more water here. So now I'm doing the green. So are you playing along tonight? Are you using art crayons from your stash? Or are you doing some other type of craft or art? And if you are using some art crayons, what are you using? Tell us all about it. Okay, that's pretty. All right, rinsing my brush, washing it off. And let's see. Okay, so now I want to use some scribble sticks. I haven't done that yet. I do also want to use this in another way. And actually, maybe I'm going to do that first because we will get to scribble sticks, I promise. But I do want to show you something else you can do with these in particular. That's pretty awesome. So let me find something really quick. I think it's right here next to me. Yes, okay. I have modeling paste from Royal Talents, Amsterdam line. And one really fun thing you can do, well, I'm going to do it a couple ways just to show you. And we're just playing on this paper here. You know, I'm not trying to make like a masterpiece or anything. Sorry for shaking there. I just want to show you fun things you can do with these awesome art crayons. So let's pick a new color. First we're going to do, what do I have here? It's hard to see. What's this? Oh, berry blue. That's nice. Let's do this, like, what is this? Metallic dark green. Okay, let's do this. And I need a palette knife. I'm gonna clean up this water. Just gonna clean up this area because I'm about to use a couple of those wells and they need to be kind of cleaned. How we doing? Okay. How's everybody doing? Tell me about your week. Okay, so I have this art crayon, and this is one of this is called a gel stick from King Art. It's really creamy, and it's pretty highly pigmented, so you can do lots of stuff like, you know, also like you could just, you know, color on here and see it's very smooth and pretty amazing. But one really fun thing you can do is cut off a piece with your palette knife. Okay, so I just have this little chunk right here, and a couple things. Let me show you. Whoops. You can squish it till it's sort of flat and spread it out, and you can spritz it with water, and then here, I'll just show you real quick. Well, let's see. Let's put a little bit of this over there, okay, because I don't want to use a lot of that. Spritz it with water, take your brush, mix it up, and work out the chunks. There's a few little clumps there, but really, honestly, once you work the water in, it just all dissolves. And now you have some watercolor paint that is also metallic, okay? So now you can watercolor with it. All right, so super easy and fun thing to do there. Okay, and then the other thing I want to show you that you can do with these, and this is just like a couple things. There's so many things. There's so many ways you can use these art crayons. But here I've got some kind of smushed up in the well there. I'm going to grab just a little bit of modeling paste. Okay. And if you have clear, that's good because that'll help keep the color. But this modeling paste is white, so it's going to lighten up this green. So it's going to be more of like a minty kind of green or light aqua kind of, which is also still really beautiful because we're working with a white base. The modeling paste has a white base to it, right? This one in particular. But notice how I'm mixing it all together. Okay, I'm going to add a tiny bit more. There we go. And so now you can color your modeling paste with any color you want, whatever colors of these you have. And there's lots of ways you can color modeling paste, with paint, with all sorts of things. But this is another way that you can do it. So if you have a particular color of art stick or gel stick or art crayon, and you want, let's say you want to have a coordinating color of modeling paste for your project, now you can just kind of smash it because it's very creamy and it meshes. And now look, I have a beautiful minty green modeling paste. So that's exciting. So let's use that real quick. So I've got some letters here. This is one of my alphabet stencils. And let's just put some in here. Okay, I'll just use what I have. Oops. Okay. So I'm just going to put it here and there, not everywhere. But I'm going to use all of it because we don't want to waste any. But how fun is that? So now you can, you know, and some of these gel sticks, like I have some that have a shimmer to them, or a glitter. This one was metallic. So, you know, then you're going to get some really cool effects. So let's lift that up. So now we have some beautiful modeling paste with that nice minty green. And I wonder when it dries if we'll get any metallic off there. We'll have to wait and see. So that's another fun way to use it. So already we've done what, like 4 or 5 different ways you can use these art pencils, or excuse me, art crayons. Okay, I just want to clean this off really quick because we don't want to ruin the stencil. I'm going to put the modeling paste back. Okay, just doing a quick reset. So what do you think about that? Have you guys tried these techniques before? Do you have art crayons like this? And maybe, I don't know, are there other ways you've used it that you think might be interesting for someone else to know about? I love sharing ideas with each other so we can all try all the fun ways to use stuff. All right, quick little cleanup. There we go. Very nice. Okay, let's see what else. So then scribble sticks. There's more we can do with these, and we could do some blending. We'll do that in a minute, but let's look at scribble sticks for a minute and see what we can do. This is another type of art crayon. And I do have the cool and the warm. This is sets 1, 2, and 3. I don't like the little insert. Packaging is always a challenge for me, and so, but I do like these tins. They're really nice and handy for travel and stuff too. So I just separated them by like warms with neutrals and then cools. So that's how I did it. I think there's a 4th set, isn't there? I can't remember for sure. You know what? There's neons, and I have the neons, and I don't have them out. But anyway, she's got lots of colors. They're all amazing. Okay, sorry. Oh, hold on. I'm looking at the chat, but I think I missed one. Oh, okay, there we go. Michelle says, I only have one set of Distress art crayons in light brown, gray, black, and white. However, I was able to make a quick tag tonight. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I mean, neutrals are great too. So yeah, for sure. And those, are you talking about like the ones that twist up and they're in that like plastic case with the cap on it? I have those too. And I don't have those out right now, but those are great crayons too. They work kind of similar to these ones. So yeah, you can, what I just did with the embossing or with the paste, you can do that. You can use them like watercolor. You can do a lot of the similar things that you can do with these. So those are great ones to have. And if you ever wanted to get colors too, yeah, he has a lot of colors, of course, in his distress line. So yeah, those are great ones to use. Good shout out though. That was awesome. Okay, and look it's dry already. I want to show you this. This is the one that we watered it down considerably, right? And made it into watercolor. And look you're still, can you see it? Oh, there you go. Can you see the metallic sheen? It's just got like a nice shine to it. Here's the just straight crayon. So even watered down, you're still getting that nice metallic finish, which is amazing. Okay, I think over here we're gonna play a little bit because I also want to show you how they blend. Oh yeah, we're gonna do scribble sticks. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. I get so excited. I want to do all the things at the same time. Let me dry this a little bit because I'm afraid of smudging things. So just one second. Let me know if you have any questions, or do you want me to try anything? Is there a technique that you you know, maybe have wanted to try, or you're stuck on, or it's not working for you, or anything like that, that you would like me to go over or try it with you live, let me know. Okay, I think that's pretty good. We'll go one more second. And over here. So I'm going to start with, let's see what I get with the white. Okay. Is it going to work on here? Not really. I think I need to get it wet. Okay. Let me try a different color. Let's try, is there like, where's that? Yeah, I like this midnight blue color. What is this called? Night. Such a good color. You can, I think you can definitely sharpen these. I'm pretty sure I don't have a sharpener handy, but I wish I did, because there's a fun technique to do with that too. But I can just tell you, okay, and you can try it yourself. If you have like a little hand sharpener and you sharpen this so you get a nice point, if you want to like do some drawing or whatever, and then you know, you can save the shavings and put it on another page and get it wet and kind of smush around, and then you can have like, you know, you can use the shavings to do more stuff, or you can leave, like, get it a little bit wet, but so they still stay sort of intact, and then it makes a really cool texture. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if that doesn't make sense. But yeah, that is another really fun way to use these in particular. So scribble sticks, if you've never used them before, you can just scribble and, you know, draw, write like any kind of crayon. It's pretty hard, um, and it just draws like a crayon. I could then, let me get some more water here. I could take some water and get it wet, and it'll move around. And this watercolor paper is like, I don't know, it's from like Five Below or something. Hold on, let me see. I'll show you. There, can you see that's the watercolor paper. It's okay. It's fine. It does its job. It says it's 300 GSM. It's a 5.5 by 8.5 inch book, and it's fine, but it's not like super high quality. And that paint wasn't all the way dry. Hold on. But it's pretty good. But what's happening here is that the crayon is starting to go into the fibers already of the page. So it's not going to, and see how the paper is already pilling up a little bit. That's just because it's not super high quality paper. It has nothing to do with the crayon. Okay. But you can see that it is water reactive, and it will do some stuff. Okay. The other way you can use this, though, if you're using a paper like this, you can dip your scribble stick in water. I'm kind of swirling it around so it's wet all around. And then you can go in and look at the difference. And it's only while it's wet. Look at, oh, I love doing this. This is my favorite thing to do. Ready? Scrape. I like twirl and scrape. Let me show you close up. I mean, it's pretty amazing. Look at, it's scrapey, it's dark, it's like, oh, it's so good. That's my favorite way to use these. Yeah, I don't know. It just, so I twirl it in the water, and then I just twirl and scrape, and you get the most organic, beautiful line. Let me start on a fresh page because I really want to show you this some more. Let's go to another page. This one's good. We're going to keep it open because, ooh, this is beautiful. Look at those colors. That's amazing. All right, sorry. I got distracted. Let's find another page. This is also beautiful. Check that out. Ooh, this is, oh, this is like some of the best watercolor paint ever. We can't talk about that right now. This is not the right day. But watercolor day, I'm going to show you some really cool watercolor paints that you've probably never even heard of before, and I'm really excited for it. But here we go. Let's just play with scribble sticks a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna do this one more time. I'm just gonna do like a page of this scrapey thing and different ways you can use this, because who has scribble sticks and who hasn't used them? I mean, for a long time I was like, oh, I don't know, what are they good for? What am I doing with these? But then once I started playing with them with water, it kind of like changed the whole game for me, and I just love them a lot now. So, I mean, I always love them. I love Dina. I love her stuff, but I just found new ways to like appreciate and enjoy them. So then I will get the back of it wet, and I just kind of swirl. This one is this medieval? Yeah, this is medieval. Um, or you can just do this, make little dots, or you can scrape. This is the metallic one. Oh, when it dries, it's so good. You guys, I just can't even tell you how much I love it. I love the medieval. It's like a pewter, dirty, gray, silver, pewtery kind of color, and it's so amazing. I know I always love like all the bright colors and stuff, but there's something about pewter that just makes me so excited. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. Oh, hey Todd, how are you? So glad you're here. Have a great night, everyone. Oh, Michelle, are you taking off? Thanks for coming to hang out if you are. And I'd love to see your projects, anything you're working on. So share it in the group. Let's see. Some of these have dried, and I just need you to see them up close, because I mean, I'm just making silly little marks, but oh, it's so hard to tell. I wish we could have like a macro camera situation so you could see really close up. The depth of it is next level. I'm serious. And look at this. Look at, you could just do like backgrounds of like sketchy lines. Okay, let's do some more. Okay, who has scribble sticks? No one has them. If you're watching the replay, let me know. Do you have them? Do you play with them? Tell me what's going on. All right, I'm going to start with fresh water because that one is all blue and weird. All right, I'm going to keep my station clean. It's not normal. Okay, let's do some more. I want you to see some other colors because they all kind of behave differently too. Excuse me. I'm still dealing with some weird thing. I woke up with the worst headache. I feel like it's allergies, but I don't know. I might just be lying to myself that it's something else coming my way. Look at that green. What color was that? Lime. This became a scribble stick video, and I'm sorry for that. We're gonna go back to more other things, but we got to play with this for now. Let's see if oh, look at that. Sorry, this is fuchsia. Ooh, look at that. Color is magical. I love the lack of control that you have over this stuff. Why don't we, let's see, make a little face or something. Ooh, penny. This is a metallic one. Let's try it. I don't think I've ever used this one. It's even got like a pointy end. Let's see. Carol said I have one set. I use them when I make master boards. Oh, that's cool. That's very, very cool. Great idea. Ooh, this penny is nice. So what's your favorite way to have that you've used them then, Carol? Do you use them with water like this, or do you just like kind of draw with them like a crayon? I'm curious. Okay, let's see if so then you can like scratch into it while it's wet too. Let's see what happens if I then put more in here. Does it go into the grooves? I don't know. All right, let's see. I want to try something now. What if I do this? I'm just making like scratchy groove marks with the brush. And then, okay, I have two ideas, but hold on. Let's do one at a time. Eggplant, great color. Let's get fresh water. Ooh, I wonder how it would work with alcohol, like isopropyl alcohol. Okay, let's start and just do this. Oh, it's not doing it. Dang. That's a bummer. Okay, so wet, it's not doing what I wanted it to, but oh, I got it wet again. Shoot, hold on. Well, that's a beautiful color though. The eggplant with the penny is really nice. Hold on. Okay, let's see if it's dry. Hold on. Is it dry? There we go. Let's see. Okay. So it's, yeah, it's not going in the, I wanted it to sort of resist the spot where I scribbled, which it kind of is. Not as well as I hope. What if we try that again? Now I'm really just playing with some of these. Let's see. Have I used this blue yet? No. Same thing. Okay. What if I rub it in? That's kind of fun. Okay. We can go back to these, and I want to show you how they blend. Scribble sticks are amazing. You can use them for so many things. This one, I really need you to see pewter. Okay, so try and get the metallic ones so you can see the pewter. Okay. I guess I can blend here. We'll just work here. What colors do I have? Let's see. Yellow is fun. And, ooh, what if we do yellow and pink? Make a nice little orange. So I'm just gonna do, ooh. So this one is yellow. This is Lemon Drop from Jane Davenport. Oh, Carol said, I draw with them, write words, and sometimes I wet my finger and blend them. Ooh, that's a good idea. I like that. Thank you for that tip. This is the Marzipan Twist from Jane. So I'm just going to do a little bit of yellow, and I did it kind of heavy so I can blend it. And then same with this one, Frajola. Oh, it's like a neon pink, almost. Okay, let's blend with our finger in the middle. And then I can draw this out. Look how pretty that color is, man. And then draw this out. You can really do some nice sort of ombre effect there. And look at right in the middle, it's nice and orange. Isn't that pretty? There's not a lot of crayons or markers or things that you can do that with that easily. Okay, I want to go back to here. Do I? No, we kind of messed that page up. Let's try another one. We're just playing with techniques, so it's fine. Okay, what do I want to do? Oh yeah, I also want to show you. Let's do it on this one because there's big openings on here. I'm trying to wait till this is fully dry because I don't want the pages to stick together. Okay, that's okay. I do have a gold. Let's see what that looks like. Ooh, shut the front door. This is King Art, and that is a real gold. That's so hard to find. Okay, we're going to start with that because that's fun. So a fun thing you can do is, we kind of colored through a stencil already with what? Oh, with the Neo colors, right? But you can do it with these as well. And then you can just put a little bit here and there. Let's say I just do that to start, okay? And then you can take your finger, whoops, keep it lined up, don't let it move. And then you can just blend it out. And so it's fully colored in without using water. And you could even like here blend the colors, right? and just use your finger because they're so creamy. Like Carol, you said you were doing this with the scribble sticks, but like with these, it's so easy to do because they're so creamy and amazing. Let me do a couple more because this is going to be a cool background. Ooh, this poor pink is like getting a little crumbly. Okay, there. I'm not even putting that much in here, you can see, and I'm going to move it around with my finger and it's going to fill in the whole thing because it's just so good. So let's do a little like ombre thing. Whoops. Maybe stick yours down with tape or something. Okay. I love this lemony yellow one too. But all the brands are pretty good as far as like these kind of sticks go. Another brand of this that I've used that's also really good is Bria Reese. They have a shimmer set, and they also have like some bright colors and some pastel colors and stuff like that. So yeah, just go have a look. King Art has a nice set. Probably lots of other places do. So have a look, see what you like. I always like to get the metallic ones. That one could use a little bit more. But not all the metallics are always very metallic-y, if you know what I mean. But this one, the King Art one, is the gold is perfect. Just right. Okay, so then, and I just use a different finger to blend the different colors because then you won't get the cross contamination. I didn't put quite enough pink there. Hold on, I can borrow some pink. There was too much over here. So yeah, these art sticks, the gel sticks, I think I use those more than any of the other art crayons, except for Neocolor 2s. Those are really good. But just because I can do so many different things with them, you know. Okay, let's do a third finger for let's see, where's my yellow? I think I need more yellow. I wanted to see how this looks when it's all done here. I'm not doing all of the squares, obviously, but I want kind of like a cross section here. I'm going to do a little bit more pink. And maybe we'll make this into an actual page so we can have a real project. Let's see. Oh, Todd says, wow, thank you. I have some of those crayons too. I forgot I had them. See, that's why we're doing this. We're crafting our stash, finding those things we haven't used in a while, getting them out and playing, figuring out all the cool things they can do. So I'm happy. I'm happy to help you remember what you forgot. Okay, we're almost there. This page is going to be so pretty. This is one of my stencils as well. You can find it in my Etsy shop. Okay, I think we're ready. Look at how pretty. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. So the next thing I want to do then is, do I have another warm color? Not really, not in here, but maybe in here I do. I'm going to color in some areas and then maybe we can do some outlining. Let's see. Do I want to stick with warm colors? Kind of. I don't know if I like any of those though. Maybe let's switch to outlining for a minute. What do I want to use? I'm going to use some of my Sharpies because I'm really liking those, but I think I'm going to switch to Cool. So I've got this one. What is this called? Does it tell us names? Well, that's a bummer. Every color should have a name. It's this one. I think it's like a turquoisey kind of aqua color. So let's just start with that. Oh yeah. Look at, it's nice and solid. Let me get close. Yeah. And it covers over all sorts of surfaces. Sometimes Posca, I love Posca, but sometimes Posca doesn't do that. And I'm just saying, I haven't had an instance yet where these didn't work on whatever. Let's try some over here. I know we're not playing with this today, but I mean, look, even over the, what was that? That was the scribble stick. It works great. Yeah, all the things. Okay, sorry. I got distracted. So here we go. I'm just doing a little bit of outlining. I'll keep it out in case I want to do more. Um, let's see. We'll go with blue. So I have to brag a little bit since we're just hanging out and chatting, kind of. Henry, my sweet Henry, he is going to be performing at the Wharton Center tomorrow night. I got front row tickets. I'm very excited. Um, and he's there practicing right now. So I'm so proud of him. This is part of his first semester final. He's about to finish his first semester of his freshman year, and he's been working really hard, and it has been challenging. Todd, you might know this, but he said music theory has been the hardest for him. And he's kind of been struggling with it, but he's doing his best, and he's got a couple of finals next week, and then he'll get about a month break before the next semester starts. But yeah, he's just killing it, man. I'm so proud of him. Okay, so I'm just doing a couple different colors just to play around with the color. I mean, I'm not really doing anything special here. We're just having a good time. Doing cool colors for the outlining. Okay. All right. What else? Let's see. I'll do pink. No, I won't. I'll do this one. Yay, yes. Very exciting. Thank you. I'm really proud of him. He's amazing. I wish you all were local so you could come and see him tomorrow, because I can't televise it, but I know it's going to be great. I think they're doing some holiday stuff, but he wouldn't really tell me, and he likes to let it be a surprise, so that's fine. Anyway, what holiday plans do you guys have coming up? Tell me about it. What you got going on? Let's do a little bit of pink. I know I've been doing all warm, but I want to do this too. Ooh, there was too much crayon there. Oh, I think I found something to, let's see. Okay, all better. I think I'm going to make my Christmas cards this weekend. I don't think that's too late, is it? A lot of people struggle with it. I was just introduced to a different way to look at theory. Okay, well, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, he has to learn like the history of it all, but then also like the mathematics of it. I don't really understand, but it's exciting. Sharon, hi, how are you? Thanks for joining us. If you use a water reactive stick and want to fix for adding another layer, let dry and spray with Dina Wakley gloss spray. Dry and then it's set. Yes, you could do that. There's a few different ways you could do it. They also, if you've ever used like a fixative spray, you could do that. Working fixative is called. You could also, let's see, I think Tim makes like a little pot of distress like wax, like a cold wax sort of, but it could be any cold wax, and you rub it on with like a cloth or something, and really rub it in, and then you could maybe work over that. But yeah, that's a really great tip. Thanks for sharing, Sharon. Nice to meet you. Yeah. Okay. Where is it? Am I in there? Oh yeah, I am. Okay. Okay. Can you hear? I think you can hear me again. I'm back. Sorry about that. It's so weird because like nothing happened. Yeah. Can you hear me now, Carol? I think you should be able to. Sorry about that. Nothing happened. Like I looked, I'm using my phone for this view, and I looked on my phone that like nothing was different. So I don't know why it does that. Technology is just being frustrating. Thank you. Yeah. Clear spray. Okay, yeah, that's great. That's a great tip. Thanks so much for sharing that. Carol said, I made my cards, just address them and we'll mail them out tomorrow. That's wonderful. You're always on top of things. I'm always very impressed with your amazing abilities to get that done early. It's like it can never happen. I can never get done early. All right, let's just let's finish this up. Let's do I think I just need to do a cool color for some reason. I'm feeling called to do that. So we're going to use the scribble sticks some more. And I'm just going to color. I'm going to use the back end of this one. This is lapis. This is a great like medium kind of blue. It's like ultramarine. So this way too, using the back end, it's just sort of like scraping the color on. And then I'm hoping I can come in with my paintbrush and move it around a little bit more. But then it's still got that like real scrapey kind of look. And also you're going to have, like I was trying to say this before, but you're going to have different results on different paper. Okay. So this is a watercolor paper, but it's also a cheap watercolor paper because it's just like a working book to try things out, to do stuff like that, you know what I mean? And it's fine. It does its job. But if you used maybe a finer watercolor paper, you might have a different outcome. So just be aware of that. Or if you use like a mixed media paper or something like that, you're going to have even different outcomes. So just be aware. Sometimes, at least I know when I was first starting and I would see someone do some sort of technique or something, and then I couldn't replicate it and I thought, oh, I'm doing something wrong. But a lot of times I just had the wrong materials, so I just want to put that out there just in case somebody is having a hard time or frustrated. Carol says I'm retired. Well, that's true. That does make a difference, I suppose. But I'm still impressed either way. Still impressed. Okay, so I'm just adding a little bit more water, move it around a little more. This is a beautiful color too. Dina's colors are always so beautiful. I enjoy them. I'm just going around and getting some of this white space because it's less fun. All right. Anything you want me to try, or any questions about art crayons? If you didn't get your art crayons out today, are you going to get them out now, please, and play with them? Or are you going to pick some up or ask for some for Christmas, maybe? This feels like a street to me. I don't know. I feel like filling in all these little. Now my fingers are all dirty too, which is fun. Okay, almost there. I'm going to go over this with water too. That's very different. Sorry we didn't make a project today, but I just wanted to show you some fun techniques. Okay. Dirty fingers. I'm going to just hit this with the water really quick just to loosen up some of these lines. I did use my stamp in the beginning, but I didn't use it on this page. but I don't think it matters really. Ooh, I want to see other people do the texture carving. You should do that one next, Carol, so I can see what you do. Okay, all done. All done with this. This is not a work of art by any means, but look at how fun. These colors are fun together, I do admit. And this is a good start. This is a good background to start with. This is even a good background to start with because you can paint over parts of it. You can put die cut shapes over it. You can do so much. You can cover all of it really and start over. You can, there's so many things you can do. And you have pewter here, so that's really all I have to say about that. All right, let's go back to this one, see what we did in the start. And I think we're just about at time, but anyway, these are just a few of the different kinds of art crayons that you can use. And like I was saying last night too, if you just have like Crayola crayons, you can get those out and do stuff with them as well. You can use them as a wax resist. You can just color with them. You can, there's so many things you can do with any kind of art supplies you have, any kind of crayons that you have. So give them out, play with them. I do really quick want to go over this one thing because what's the darkest color I have here? You know what? It'd probably be better if I do it with this one. Let's see. Let's see if I can do that real quick. I really like these lines in here. I was going to be done, but then I forgot about this. So, oh yeah. I'm telling you, this technique is like gold. It's so rich. Where'd my line go? Here we go. I'll just follow what I can. I think this is night again, I'm pretty sure. I'm obsessed with this color. It's so good. Whoops, I skipped the line. Oh well. It's kind of hard to see it now. There we go. Here we go. Sorry, I'm being quiet. 1 second. I'm almost there. So close. But wouldn't this be cool as a background? Like, okay, so we stamped it the way we did, and then the lines are actually white because the background paper is white. And then and then going over them like this and making a crazy background. That's fun. I need more water, but I'm almost there. Yeah, I love this. I think I'm definitely going to make some other 3x3 squares. So if you missed the beginning, this is my stamp that I carved for tonight. Where is it? Hold on. Okay, put the crayon back where it goes. Thank you. There we go. And then, oh, it's right here. I knew it was right in front of me, but there's so many things I can't see it. Oh, I'm impressed by those who can keep adding like this. Since I don't do much drawing, coloring, painting, etc., I feel like I will mess up anything that seems to come out right. Like once you got some of those colors out inside the cells and they had a little blend, that's where my brain would have stopped. Well, I mean, it's not like I made art. You know what I mean? Like it's just about playing. Whoops, where'd my other page go? Anyway, it's about playing and just not worrying about what's going to happen, because that's where the freedom comes in. Here we go. I didn't make anything fabulous here. I just played. So to watch you go over the green, for example, my brain freaks out. Oh, on this page, and then is impressed, like, wow, that's so cool. I could never do that. Okay. Well, I think you could do it. You're an extremely creative person. And again, this is just scribbles and doodles. It's not like anything special. So I think you just need to get yourself a cheap watercolor book from Five Below or wherever you can get them, and get a couple of art supplies and just let yourself play and not worry about how it's going to look in the end, because that's how you discover the little things. And don't worry about it looking good or bad or anything. It's just about what happens if I do this. And sometimes you do it and you're like, ooh, that's kind of cool. And other times you do it and you're like, oh man, let me just turn the page and try again because that was horrible, you know? But that's okay, because that's what it's all about. It's just playing and trying stuff. But thanks for saying that, because I think a lot of people feel that way. And that's what this is all about. This is what art journaling, it's what, like, everything I talk about is just like, just do it. Just do it and play, and don't worry about, this is nothing. Like, this is literally nothing, but I'm just playing and I like this. So maybe the next time I'm going to create a page with my cool new stamp that I just made. Maybe next time I'm gonna be like, ooh, I really like the way this green and this blue look together. And if that's all I get out of making this whole page, that's great, right? Because then the next page, maybe, like, I start with that and then it turns into something that's cool, that I like. Then this page is perfect because it helped me get there, which helps me get to the next thing. Like, look at this. This page is a mess, but I kind of really love this, and I really love this, but I don't love this so much, but that's okay because I was just playing and exploring the color and, like, seeing how it worked on its own and interacted with other colors. And sometimes that can lead to inspiration for you too. So, and Carol says, if you make a mistake, you cover it up with gesso and you try again. Yeah, totally. You can. But I will say, in your journal, I have sometimes covered things up and started over, but I highly recommend you not do that, because this is like, it's like a time capsule. You know what I mean? Especially if you date it, or at least, like, date the cover. I'm horrible with with putting dates on things. So, just don't do what I do, but do what I say, right? But no, seriously, it's a time capsule. So, again, I like these swirly, weird little things, but this page overall is nothing, right? You do have gesso. That's perfect. Then there you go. But, like, some of these pages, I'm like, oh man, what was I thinking? That's horrible. But then other times, it's going to give me some inspiration. And also, it helps you see progress over time. So, if I come back to this journal in a couple years and I'm like, oh man, oh, this is where, oh, this thing right here, oh, this might become something different later, like down the road. And I can go back and see the beginning of those thoughts and that inspiration that I just had no idea where it was going to take me. So I really think it's important to, like, keep your journals, date them, and don't gesso over them. Just let them be what they are. They're just moments in time of your progress and your artistic expression and your journey. This is kind of fun. But you know what I mean? So anyway, I'll get off my soapbox now, but that's that. So this is a journal that I just, I worked in a couple years ago, and then I kind of put it away. I've got like 30 journals, and I just, I just pick one to work. This is kind of fun. I was doing, like, some abstract stuff. It's not a work of art, but it's kind of interesting. And maybe it'll inspire me to do something a little different and whatever, later on. So you just never know. I look through old journals all the time, and then I'm like, huh, I forgot I did that. Oh, that's kind of cool. Or, oh man, look at how far I've come, because, oh, I got more pages to fill. Look at how far I've come, because that is a train wreck. But it's okay, because, it led me to where I'm going. That's kind of fun. This, you guys, do you recognize this? This is great. This is a great example. Okay, I'm going to show you real quick. Do you see my first product with graphics? Boom. What's that? Look at her. She's flipped over, but it's her, basically. It's a slightly different version. But look at this, led to this. So you just never know. You never know what's going to happen or where it's going to take you. So anyway, let me flip the camera over. So this is great though. I mean, what a great conversation. And I love talking about art and all of this, and I think it's really interesting. And I love, people, especially you, Todd, you're a musician, like you're extremely creative and very talented. And for you to say that you don't think you could do it, or that you get, that you would tense up or whatever, or your brain stops, like it's just because you haven't done it that much. If you get a journal out and you just start playing, it'll just flow after a while. But every single human can do this because it's just play. Like it's nothing. You know what I mean? It's nothing and it's everything at the same time. So anyway, I'm very passionate about this, as you all know, and I could talk about it literally all day. So, but this is a really great conversation, and I love you guys so much. Thanks for bringing this up. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you'll be back tomorrow, and I'm excited to keep going. We're coming up on our first week. Okay, let me just real quick tell you, tomorrow is art spray. So I'll try to have at least one or two of all the different types of art sprays I have. I have a million art sprays. We'll see what I can find, but art spray, that's fun. And there's a few different variations there, and we'll talk about what they are and like how they can be used or not used. And then the carving for tomorrow is owl. So that's really fun. Owl's my spirit animal, one of them. And so I'm excited for that. So art sprays and owls. Okay. Thank you guys so much for a great night. It's really nice to hang out with you. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.